Alrighty, iDEW1. For this week, we are going to take a quick second and set up Canvas so that it works better for you. And then we're going to talk about our first actual assignments. So, if your Canvas looks like this, or even this, a lot of kids have things in here like this view. What I want you to do is go up here to the ellipse or the three dots or the snowman, whatever you want to call it, and change it to card view. When you change it to card view, you'll see some things that look like this. Different cards for each class. Now you'll notice there's this weird ugly red color over it. So what I'm going to do is turn off color overlay. And now everything looks the way I want it to look. I can see my to-do list right here of assignments that I have to turn in, some upcoming assignments here, and I can see each of the classes I have to take, and any clubs I have or teams that I have, or other groups that I might be in as a card to help me get in. I encourage this because if you have it the other way, you're going to end up missing some really important content, and then some of your assignments aren't going to make sense. We're going to click into iDEW1. And what I'm going to do is set my screen so it looks like a student's screen, with the hopes that this doesn't confuse you. So you'll notice some things here. On the left, you're going to notice that a lot of my navigation is gone, and I just set it up for things that you need so that you don't have to navigate through a bunch of buttons you don't want. On the right-hand side, on my screen right-hand side, you're going to notice your to-do list, and then in the middle, you're going to notice different items that are set up. This video that you're seeing right now will actually end up replacing this picture of these wonderful students who then won their gift card for $50 because they were the winners in the contest. So they won $50 a piece. You're going to do it on your own, so you'll have a chance to win that $50 on your own. And here we go. So let's jump into modules. And when we get into the module, I do want you to go through and look through the resources. This will explain with late work policies. Again, I'm going to be a lot more flexible than what I wrote there, simply because of COVID. There's kids I get for 90 minutes a week. There are kids that I don't even see at all. So we want to make sure that we have that opportunity. What does your grade mean? So understanding that as a freshman, especially freshmen and sophomores, your grades are your GPA. Your GPA is your currency for life. If you don't have a high GPA, you're broke. So keep that in mind. Guidelines for giving effective presentations. At the end of this year, you will present the whole process to a group of professionals, and this we'll come back to this later. Policy for managing non-performing team members. If we were in the class setting and you were in a group and you have a group member who is just not doing their job, this is how we handle them. Frequently asked questions. If there's other questions that have come up quite often, there are some different. Computing by Design is the actual classroom we're using, and then here are some different Git books and things that you might want to look through. Surveys. There is a survey for that usually come out from iDEW1. They need to know where we're at in the process. They need to know information about you so they can send you things about summer camps, because we get some summer camps for free. Our students do. Those are all really cool opportunities, and I'll be adding surveys in there. The most important thing is the first survey. Once it gets loaded in, that's how they know how many people to feed at lunch on the day we eat all you can eat lunch. And so if you don't fill out the survey, you don't get lunch. Then you have different art things, so like Sumo Paint, Canva, Spark for Adobe, Microsoft. You have access to all of Microsoft under student services, the art student services. Surveys, and then art sites. I don't know why those words were so hard. Okay. From there, first day at school. So if you didn't take the survey from the Parent Square survey I sent out. Go ahead and click on this and take that survey. If you've already done it, obviously don't do it again. Then what I'd like for you to do is walk through this first module, starting at the top, working at the bottom, and I'll basically have simple videos, another video posted within some of these that are harder to understand, but it goes something like this. Padlet, you're going to click in here where this little plus is, and you're going to make a card that looks just like this, and you're going to add the card to it. Pretty simple. The next assignment is a PDF that I'd like for you to read. This is mostly for future sections of the class, since we're not really doing a whole lot of group work this section. But understanding hitchhikers and couch potatoes and how we're not going to tolerate that. There's a little quiz that comes up about that PDF that you've read. So go ahead and answer those 4 questions. And then your first Canvas discussion. This is a 2-part assignment. This assignment has 2 parts, as you can read. The instructions need to be in complete sentences. So the first part is, tell me about any experience you have with computer science. List any ways that you see computer science helping people around you. And what career field do you think you're interested in pursuing after receiving an education? Why? Then from here, do a quick Google search of informatics. Look up 2 colleges in Indiana and 1 out of Indiana that allow students to major in informatics. Finally, using complete sentences, discuss whether you think informatics might be a major you might consider. And then what you're going to turn in is click reply to the post and submit your answer. So down here where it says reply, click reply, answer both of these parts, and you're good to go. Now this is a discussion, and it's a discussion that everyone else will be able to read. So you need to be careful. Make sure you're using professional words, professional language, because everybody can read this. Next is a really simple Google Doc submission. The purpose of the assignment is twofold. 1, to make sure you know how to submit a document in Canvas, and that way you can't say later, I don't know how to turn it in. And 2, I always want you to think about, where are you going? Start with the end in mind, right? So I know what I want to do when I graduate. And why do I want to do that? College graduates earn $1 million more over their lifetime. That's a pretty good chunk of change. So this one, you're going to create a Google Doc, named properly, and turn in with 2 college GPAs on it. Quick tip, you can use one of the tools that they give you on the PTech website to do that. And I think this is the last one in the module. It's called Growing Your Mind. I like for us to also do what are called growth mindset activities, because those help us understand that we need to start thinking and not just going through the motions of school. With that said, you're going to watch this, make a new Google Doc, upload it here for full points after you answer these questions in it. Again, complete sentences are important. This is a computer class, so syntax is important. You upload that, where it should be good to go. These assignments aren't really that hard or that lengthy. It's more about making sure you understand the basic resources in the classroom and understanding how to turn things in. With that said, I will see you in class to talk about it any further. And if you need help because you're a virtual student, let me know. Have a great day, and remember, robotics practice for the high school starts Thursday night at 6 o'clock, and you enter through door 11. We're looking for kids who can build the robot, design the robot, program the robot. We're looking for kids who want to learn how to do marketing of the team in terms of Facebook and Instagram and social media. I've got a professional who's going to come help us do that. Anyone who wants to learn how to write a business plan, look at data, and anybody who likes strategy games, because we need someone to help us figure out the strategy of each game every year and to record the data. If you know of anybody that wants to do that and you want to do that, there's $80 million in college scholarships. With that said, see you next week.